Chris, just walk me through that experience of the fourth quarter and overtime. I mean, just the back and forth nature of that and what that feeling was like when the game ended and you guys had found a way to win it.
Yeah, it was unreal, just to be in that environment, just to be in a hostile environment with all the fans, and just to see it come down to like to the wire, to a field goal, and then Josh scoring a touchdown was awesome. Just to see him work so hard, throughout the week, and seeing our defense fight, having composure and just resilience was awesome.
Yeah, Kirby was talking about you're taking on kind of three different roles throughout the week. What does your kind of week of preparation look like, and how do you translate that to whatever roles you're called to fill on Saturdays?
Yeah, just a lot of film, and just seeing what I need to do in every position. Um, just focus on my detail and just doing my job.
Yeah, during that game where Tennessee, they scored first three drives they had, but what was sort of the messaging to the defense in terms of keeping you guys in it and the adjustments you guys were able to make on Saturday?
I'm just staying calm. Like we've been in that. We kind of had like adversity before, so just staying calm and just seeing what we could do better. On film. On the sidelines, just making our adjustments and going back on the field and competing.
Chris, especially with how that game played out on Saturday, how valuable do you feel like this bye week can be for the defense, just with what you guys want to focus on and what you guys want to improve before next week?
It's definitely a great week to get better as a team. Just to watch film and like see what we could have done better, and just to go back to the basics and just to go back to what we've been doing and just get better as a team.
What was the kind of the feeling on the sideline, especially just the way that game started, and then just kind of how you guys had to finish it? I mean, what were some of the things that was being said on the sideline? What you guys feel as a defense playing that game?
Yeah, that game there's a lot of ups and downs. Like the Tennessee offense, like they start off fast, and they have a high tempo offense. They snap the ball in 8 seconds. So just to stay calm and just after the first drive when they scored, just going back to the sideline, like I said, and just doing our adjustments and just going back on the field and just showing what Georgia's defense could do.
Chris, if you look at the players on this defense that have sacks, it's you, it's Raylan, and it's CJ. What is it about you guys at inside linebacker that you think has allowed you guys to be that successful at getting after the quarterback?
I say our fire, passion, and energy. Every day, every week. It starts on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, just to have our preparation, and it shows on Saturdays. So just to see us do that, it's nothing surprising because throughout the week we're just working hard.
Yeah, in the third quarter of that game, Lenny Wilson had a pretty big hit on Joey Aguilar. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it after the fact, but in the moment, what kind of impact does a big hit like that have on the defense?
Yeah, I seen it right in front of me. I was actually on the sideline. It was, I think, second down. We were about to sub it to Nickel Rabbits, and I seen it and I heard it. It was crazy, man. I was so excited for Raylan, and I got me pumped. I was ready to get back on the field, and I wanted to hit somebody too after that.
Yeah, for you personally, you've kind of been brushing off the edge in some of these third down packages. For you, where do you feel like you've grown the most specifically with your pass rush skill set as you've had to use it more and more?
I feel like I've grown a lot. Coming from not rushing off the edge, just playing safety, playing linebacker. Now I play the edge, just getting better at that. Setting the edge, working my hands, just getting better at that.
So it was like a really physical game, and after you guys hold them to a field goal in overtime, you're feeling like it's a long game. What was the confidence level like when you guys were coming up the field knowing that you had like prevented them from scoring?
Yeah, like we felt good. Just to get 3 and out on defense is great. And on the sideline before we went out, we said we need to get 3 and out or a takeaway, and that's always the standard on the defense. So just to be able to get that and stop them and hold them to a field goal was good for our offense.
Chris, you were talking about you guys will look at what you can do to get better. In terms of giving up explosives, Tennessee had a lot this past game in the passing game. What do you think the defense needs to work on to minimize that?
Just need to work on just working as a team. Like just doing our job, and that starts as a team. It's not only our secondary, but it starts as the whole defense. Like getting more pressure on the QB before he doesn't have time just to sit in the pocket and be able to make those throws.
Chris, after the game, not teammates were asking about Gunner. Everyone's calling him a dog for the way
Yeah.
kind of goes about it and everything. Obviously, once you're a player, I'm sure you always would hope your quarterback would be that way, but when he is, what's the impact and effect you think that can have? Does that have on the entire team? As you kind of move forward in the season?
Yeah, it definitely has a great effect on the team. He's everyone says, he's a dog, and you can see it throughout the film. Just to see him work so hard throughout the week, and he's so unfazed when he has so much like adversity. Playing a QB is a hard position. So just to see him go into that environment as the starting QB and just to be able to get the job done was awesome.
Chris, a few minutes ago, Coach Smart was talking about the outside linebacker room and just what they've brought. What do you see from that room at practice every day and just what they bring to this defense?
Being physical, flying to the ball, showing 100% effort in everything they do, closing on the counter. Our goal was to stop the run, and they help us do that a lot. Especially Chris Jones, I've seen him work so hard. During the off season, seeing him doing all types of training, and seeing him do everything in the off season to show what he's doing now is awesome.
Yeah, you guys get a big win like that. What was the mood, the atmosphere like in the locker room afterwards, and then on the plane ride back for you guys?
We felt good. Just to get that type of win. The SEC is is a hard place to play, and that being our first opponent, and that type of game was awesome. So we felt good. We was, having fun in the locker room, on the plane, talking about it, and just having a great time.
Obviously, you got to get a bye week. Just having 2 weeks and knowing that Alabama's on the other end of that. Is there any extra juice or any extra excitement about that going into it?
Definitely is. It's another game to get better and being able to compete in front of the big show. But just doing our job, keep working this off season. This bye week, and just keep working.
Yeah, we saw Janelle make the interception, had some big hits as well. Just what does he mean to this defense and what he provides for you guys?
He means a lot to this defense. Seeing him work every single day, and just to see the way he carries himself, off the field and on the field, it wasn't something surprising to me. I seen him make them plays in practice, so just to him to make it in game, was a great thing.
When you hear Georgia, Alabama, they've had some epic games between the programs in the last 7, 8 years, whatever. What do you think of when you think about those programs going up against each other?
I think it's always a great game. From the past years, it's always been a great rivalry. Always great games. The SEC championships, national championships. So just another game and to get better at.
Micah, looking at the snap count in the game, I think you, Drew, and Monroe, you played 95 snaps. Have you ever played that many snaps in a game in your life? And who was the power of you three after that game was over?
No, I've never played 95. Maybe in high school I played like 80 when I went both ways, but that was high school ball. So, not 95. I was probably the most tired for sure, especially towards the end. For sure, it was me.
I want to ask you about the first play of overtime when Nate gets that carry and you got to get out there. Just what's your mindset before that play starts and walk me through what you saw in that play?
Well, I guess I'll just start by saying and starting walkthroughs the day before, 2 days prior to it. Just the preparation, knowing what to expect, knowing that I have a certain amount of tight ends on that side already blocking down. So knowing it's pretty much just going to be me on a safety or a corner, whatever it is, whoever's coming off the edge, and just knowing that my block has to be able to happen for Nate to be able to get the corner and then cut it upfield like he did, and just trusting the preparation that we do here at the University of Georgia, knowing that it would work out, and it did.
Yeah, for you, it took time to start for Georgia in terms of working your way up there. What's it say about Dontrell Glover that he's able to come in right away, especially coming in the summer and make an impact for you guys in the offensive line?
I'd say it's a huge thing for a freshman in general, especially Donnie, just to be able to come in and contribute to the team. It shows, obviously, the preparation that we have here at the University of Georgia, especially in the O-line room, just not knowing when it's your turn, but whenever it is, being ready. Whether it's a freshman or like me having to wait your turn, whenever it's your turn, you know that you're prepared and ready to do what it takes.
Yeah, to follow up on that, Kirby said one of the biggest things you can do is help those younger guys like Dontrell, like Juan, even like Michael Looney. What do you tell those guys to help bring them along as they're being counted on for big roles as freshmen?
One of the main things I can pass on to the younger guys is just to stay focused and stay committed and just lock in on film, really. Because as a younger guy, obviously tendencies is a big thing that you got to pick up on in the offensive line room, whether it's twist stunts, linebacker location, whether they're off balance, things like that. Just really honing in on film, because that's half of the battle right there. If you know what they're going to do, you can take that out of their mindset and you just go play ball and execute the play. Oh, well, for Gunner now, it goes back to whenever he was a freshman here. Like it was said previously, I wasn't always a starter here. I was a rotating guy. So I was blocking for Gunner way before he even had his first start or his first real big snap at Georgia at QB, like a game or something like that. So just seeing him grow up and mature, seeing his confidence has really just been an awesome thing to see. And my trust in him is 100%. There's never a doubt with him because I know the work that he puts in on the field, off the field, the preparation that he puts in for every game, every practice. So not a doubt in my mind.
Despite you guys up front having some experience, linemen on Saturday and a few different guys getting in the mix, you guys didn't have a single false start on the road. Just how did you guys manage that? Not letting the crowd noise affect you guys and not making those kind of mistakes.
I have to go back again to the preparation in the week with crowd noise. I mean, obviously, it's nothing like it actually was, but just knowing that, hey, we're going to have to speak up in the huddle, make sure our communication is clear across the line, and just really being loud in our own huddle so we know what the deal is, what the situation is, and just trying to tune all the noise out and just focusing, waiting for that snap count and getting out the ball.
Mike, I think you started last year against Alabama. What's your memories of that game, and what are your thoughts about getting a chance to play them again the week after you're off?
Obviously, the memory is just losing to Alabama. Obviously, things didn't work out how we wanted to. I mean, we fought, though, but just didn't work out how we wanted to. And the main thing I'm looking forward to is just getting back out there with my guys and just trying to do better than last time, just really preparing. We got, like you said, bye week, then another week, so we have a lot of time to get ready, just taking it day by day, honing it on film, like I said, just trying to prepare ourselves the best we can to get after it.
Yeah, as kind of the elder statesman, this offensive line group, just what's your overall kind of view on how you guys have played so far, and what are the specific areas y'all are going to be working on over the off week and the next week to get ready for Alabama?
Well, as one of the older guys, I'll have to say that obviously there's room for improvement everywhere because, I mean, as an offensive line, we didn't play perfect. I feel like nobody played perfect. So there's room for improvement everywhere, whether it's communication, technique, making sure we're all on the same page. And one of the things that we'll be working on during the week is pretty much everything. I mean, we're back to square one. It's a new week, a new opponent. So take it from everything that we've done already. We got to wash that away and focus on the next opponent and get back to it.
Yeah, in your time here at Georgia, you have more losses against Alabama than you do every other team in the sport combined. What is it that makes this game so difficult for this Georgia program?
I would say whenever we're facing pretty much any opponent, just coming in with the right mindset and just executing our plays. Sometimes, whether things just don't work out the way that we wanted to, but we just got to understand that it's a game. You're not going to win every game. All we can do is just put our best foot forward every game we go out there.
We saw Josh McCray make some big plays on Saturday, and he had the touchdown to win it. What have you seen from him since he joined the program, and just what he provides to the run game?
Yeah, I was real happy for Josh to get both of those touchdowns. I know it's something that he was very excited for, looking forward to, and just seeing him since he first got up here, he was just excited for the opportunity to be able to come here at Georgia. And there's him excelling in a moment opportunity that he got. It was a great thing to see.
Yeah, that last play where they go to replay review, what's your sort of reaction through that process, thinking he's in and then waiting for that official announcement that you guys had won the game?
Well, I was on the left side, so I didn't really see him stick the ball out at the end. So I really wasn't sure, to be honest. We were talking about what we were going to do if it wasn't a touchdown, but then they heard they said like over the thing that it was a touchdown. I was like, okay, cool, let's go. So yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people had their reactions to the win. I know it was a very emotional game. Bo Hewlett was seen, kind of really emotional after the game. Why do you think that is, and what are your thoughts on him, kind of staying ready and being able to take over?
I mean, you got to think about it. In the offensive line room, pretty much like I said earlier, you never know where your opportunity is going to come, but you got to be ready. And for Bo, his opportunity came, and he did what he was supposed to do. He did his job, and just all that passion, and it just came out. It's one of our DNA traits: fire, passion, energy. It just came out. All the work that he put in throughout the week and the weeks leading up to that moment, just for him to be able to go out there, Neyland Stadium packed out overtime and be a big contributor to that win, there's nothing like it. I mean, he was just full of emotion, and it came out as pure.
Coach Smart has talked about that sometimes it can be hard to pass protect for Gunner because he can move, because he can move the pocket. What is that challenge like with a guy that has the ability to extend plays and move a little bit at quarterback?
Me personally, I think I like it. I mean, it saves us from from a few sacks. But just obviously having a quarterback that you know can, I guess, extend the play with protection and things like that, you still have to do your job. You still have to keep the defender from getting to your quarterback no matter what. And just him being able to extend plays helps us out more, whether it's good coverage, you know, that he can use his legs to get a first down or get positive yards.